Okay, we have seen the American version of Cinderella on video. We just got through reading The Rough-Faced Girl. Okay, so right now, we're going to compare and contrast the two different versions. Okay? What kind of diagram is this called?
Venn diagram.
It's a Venn diagram. Okay? We're going to put Cinderella over here. And the rough-faced girl over here. Okay. The things that I put over here are the items that are
Different.
what goes in the middle
The same.
are how they are the same. Okay? Now, I'm going to have two teams. I'm going to count you off. Let's see. Remember your number. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? If I can have the 2s over here. Team 2 over here. All you need is yourself. Team 2 over here. Team 2 over here. Team 1 over there. All right. Team 1, you're going to be for Cinderella. Team 2, you're going to be for Rough-Faced Girl.
Yes.
I have some sheets here that, really, I probably just needed to copy one. On each sheet, it goes through and it tells the setting. It just describes some of the things that are in the story. Now, in Cinderella, what was the magic in Cinderella? Lily, what was the magical part?
Where the fairy godmother turns in.
Okay, the fairy godmother, where the mice turned into the horses, the rags turned into a beautiful ball gown. That was the magical part. So I kind of gave that answer away. In Rough-Faced Girl, you're going to have to think of what is the magical part. Now, if you look at your sheet, it'll tell you. Okay? We're going to start off, though, with the setting. Okay? So, Maida, we're going to do this one at a time. So, you're the first one. You're the second one. Here's setting. Okay? And as you're going through there, I'm going to be writing it down on our Venn diagram. Okay? So, Cinderella, what is the setting?
Faraway kingdom.
Okay, in a faraway kingdom. What is the setting in Rough-Faced Girl?
The shores of Lake. No.
The shores of Lake Ontario. Ontario is in Canada. That's north of us. That's right above the United States. So, are they different or are they the same?
Different.
They're different. So, Cinderella, it just said far away, didn't it? Okay. The Rough-Faced Girl was in Ontario. Okay. So, you guys pass it back to the next person. Pass it to the next person. Just that one sheet is fine.
I didn't put it in the line.
And you're going to tell me the name of Cinderella. What was her name in the story? Cinderella. What was her name in the story? The Rough-Faced Girl. So are they the same or different?
Different.
Different. So Cinderella was her name. The Rough-Faced Girl. It's kind of sad. She didn't even really have a name, did she?
No.
No. Okay, pass it back. Evil character who mistreated Cinderella. Who was the evil characters that mistreated Cinderella? Or the main character? Stepmother and stepsisters?
Two older sisters.
Two older sisters. Oh, do we have something to say in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Story.
The two older sisters mistreated her. So that's something the same. That's something I can put in the middle. So I'm going to put two older sisters mistreated her. When I'm making a Venn diagram, when I'm jotting down my notes, do I have to put complete sentences?
No.
No. This is just for your use of just getting your thoughts out. Okay? And then when you start to write about maybe the differences or how they're alike or different, then you can use this to form, to help make your complete sentences. Okay, the next. Is there a fairy godmother? Yes, there is? Is there one?
No, not really.
There's not really. If we wanted to say that there's a fairy godmother, it would probably be the sister of the invisible. Yeah. The sister of the invisible being. We can go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Cinderella, it was, yes, the stepmother, right? Her, I'm sorry, the fairy godmother. Fairy godmother. And then in the rough-faced girl, it was the sister of the invisible being. Okay, I would hate for somebody to put a ticket in the cup right now because they're talking when they're not supposed to be. Jobs of Cinderella. Look at the jobs of Cinderella. What did she have to do in the story, Cinderella?
Cook meals, scrub the floor, wash dishes, and take orders from the steps.
Okay, what did she have to do in the rough-faced girl?
Sweep the flames of the fire burning and
Okay.
green.
Stand still, please. So, are the jobs different or alike?
Different.
In Cinderella, it says mostly she has to clean the house, right?
Yeah.
I can just put clean the house. Please stand still. And then in the rough-faced girl, she has to feed the fire. Okay. Magic. What was the magic in Cinderella?
Pumpkin turns into a coach, mice turns into horses, lizard turns into a coachman, rags into a beautiful dress, and lastly.
Okay, there's a lot of magic in there, isn't there? What about the rough-faced girl? What's the magic?
Washing in the water until they scars go away.
Okay. Wash. Yeah, when she goes to the lake, all of a sudden that water, when she washes with that water, just all of the dirt and scars and even her hair becomes beautiful. So, are they the same or different? Different. So Cinderella, the pumpkin is magical. The mice turn into horses. The mice, the clothes, her rags turn into a beautiful ball gown. Okay. Then the rough-faced girl, the magical part was
The water.
the water. Okay, the water. Okay, the next thing. Where Cinderella meets the prince. Okay, where Cinderella meets the prince. Okay, Cinderella, the American version, she meets the prince at the ball. Where does, in the rough-faced girl, where does she meet her prince? In the village? Yep. Okay, so at the ball, she meets the prince. And at the village, she meets, it's not necessarily a prince, is it? The invisible being. The invisible being. missing article, something was missing. What was missing in Cinderella?
Glass slipper.
The glass slipper. Was there anything missing in the rough-faced girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we different or the same?
Different.
So the slipper is missing. I'm running out of room. The slipper is missing. And nothing is missing.
You only have one thing on the list. Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about, put the papers down for just a minute. Can we add to what's alike? Can we add to that in any way? Raise your hand. Amber?
Ow!
What? Okay. There's one big main character, isn't there, in each one? Okay. So each story has one main character, which is Cinderella. In the rough-faced girl, the rough-faced girl is actually who?
The fairy god.
Cinderella. Cinderella. Okay. All right. Can we add anything else? Yes, Ella.
They both have a fairy godmother.
Okay. They both have. They do have a godmother, but in the rough-faced girl, is it actually a godmother? Who is
She is
She's the sister of the. But her role is kind of the same, isn't it?
Yes.
What about the end? What happens at the end? Is the ending of the story kind of the same?
Yes.
What happens at the end, group one? What happens at the end of Cinderella?
She gets married to a very big prince.
They end up getting married. What happens in the rough-faced girl?
They both get married.
They end up happily ever after living together, getting married. Okay? So that is another example. That is another example of how it's the same. They both get married and live happily ever after.